Hey guys, this is probably going to be a quick video. Someone the other day texted me the question, and it said, why is life so meaningless? And I was thinking about it. I just wanted to make a video about it because I'm sure all of us at some point in our lives have contemplated this question and asked ourselves this very thing, or have been exposed to others' contemplations regarding it, and whatever perspectives are out there concerning this in philosophy or just, so at one point in my life, I think that I had adopted that mentality that life was meaningless. It was mostly mundane, monotonous, dreary, um, uneventful, not worth living. A lot of misery comes with that, a lot of resentment, bitterness can spring up within you, and before you know it, um, you're just completely enveloped in darkness, and it could get even more dangerous than that. But as I got older and started reading more philosophy and started thinking about things on a deeper level and experiencing more of life, that paradigm shifted. I sort of turned the narrative around, and I think it's a very potent question. It's one that deserves deep contemplation, and in my opinion, and the answer that I arrived at is that life is not um, either meaningless or meaningful. It just is, and we are responsible for imposing a meaning upon it and creating a meaning for ourselves, because supposedly what separates us from the rest of the creatures on the planet is our rational faculty, our ability to reason, to question, to desire answers, and to contemplate the grand scheme of things. So this is supposedly unique to us, and the reason why we have this intense burning desire to know the unknowable, to have answers for these very profound and these very profound and integral questions to the human experience. But I think of life as like a blank canvas, and upon it we can compose a meaning and we can impose a meaning. And so in that way we are the creator. Even though we are in this creation, we are simultaneously also creators in the creation that we were created and put into. So it's you kind of have to think about it. And if you think about it, the meaning that whatever we decide is going to be the meaning of our life, that is ultimately the meaning of our life, and that is what gives life meaning. So I can't say whether or not um, from an objective, and if life has an objective and inherent meaning to itself, separate from that which we impose upon it and that which we align ourselves with, because how can any of us really know that? But I can say that from all of my experience and from my contemplation and my seeking of answers, that's the conclusion that I came to. So it lies the power to discern life's meaning and to extract a meaning from life lies with each one of us. And if we decide that life has no meaning, then it has no meaning, because we have decided it is so, and we will interact with reality in this way, and we will have this bias color all of our thoughts and actions, because we are the perceivers, and reality is a projection of our minds. So we will align ourselves with this belief, and it will completely consume us. And I'm not saying that this is a wrong approach, because it's not for me to say. What I'm saying is that if you are to exist in this society and in this reality, taking that approach can be very destructive, very just very detrimental to both you and everybody else that you encounter. And so I think the more reasonable and more righteous viewpoint to take is to impose your own meaning upon this existence we've been thrust into, and make it one that seeks to uplift everybody that you come in contact with, to leave this world a better place than you found it, to have some sort of impact in a positive way, and to on others and yourself, to lift yourself up and to lift others up. I think that is a much more viable, much more potent, much more sustainable, much more virtuous meaning to attach to, you know, this life that we've been given, that we didn't ask for, but that we nonetheless have to take part in. And so that's kind of what I wanted to say about that question. I didn't get into it with the person because sometimes I feel like, you know, we look to others for answers and things because we don't want to take the time to think or do the work ourselves, or to listen, to be quiet and to listen to what is trying to be fed to us from the ether out there, from the collective consciousness, from the divine intelligence, all these sorts of things. And also, I didn't want to get into a lengthy conversation at the time, but anyway. So again, I don't think life is meaningless. I think more of what I was talking about is what can be considered the ultimate meaning of life, to manifest our ultimate selves and subdue the lower self, engage in that battle in certain types of ways. But the point that I wanted to drive home was that if you consider life to be meaningless, then it is meaningless because you are the perceiver. You have the autonomy and the agency to come to that conclusion, and reality is a projection of the mind. So whatever you believe, that is what your reality will be. So keep that in mind. The meaning of life can be anything, but you ultimately have to come to this conclusion and think about it and contemplate it and introspect and search every crevice and dark spot in your being to come up with the answers to these things. Because at the end of the day, people can give you guidance, people can give you their wisdom, their knowledge, their opinions, their perspectives, but they can't answer these questions for you, because none of us has a finite and ultimate answer to these sorts of questions. But I think it will be of great benefit to you and to everyone around you to adopt the mentality that life is not meaningless. So that's what I wanted to say on that. I'm going to keep this video short, and if you guys want to leave any comments, any suggestions, any feedback, anything you might be looking for advice on, open to that. I welcome that. If you could like this video, check out my other videos, subscribe to the channel, all that would be appreciated. Check out my other channel, Ray Rivera, where I do and have done music and art and things of that nature. Keep in mind the name of this channel, It Never Was About You, which has to do with the trials, the tribulations, the suffering that we go through, that is absolutely necessary to every one of our journeys, and that is not to be shunned or feared or avoided, but to be voluntarily confronted with gratitude, humility, courage, and to extract nothing but the highest of vibration and blessings from it, so that we can manifest our ultimate selves and the purpose that God has created us for, or the Creator, whatever you want to call it. And also to know that you will get through it, and it's not about you in the sense that it's who you are to become, so that you can have a profoundly positive impact on the collective and on others. So keep that in mind as well. And shifting your perspective to this more virtuous one will open up other aspects of the universe for you, and will shift your whole consciousness and help you to ascend. So keep that in mind, and thanks for watching.